Sorry, guys. I lost signal on my last chat. We're going to try that again now that I'm closer to my cell booster. We'll just wait a couple minutes. Morning, Will. Looks like you're the first one in here. Where are you from, Will? South Africa. Morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Jackie. Jack is. Good morning, Janelle. Indiana. Cool. Oh, you're pretty close to the Asbury revival right now, Will. It's over in Kentucky right now. That's awesome what God's doing. Alabama. From Long Island, New York, but I want to move to Texas. Texas is nice. I'm in Arkansas, so I'm right next to Texas. Morning, Julian and Tanisha. Morning, Lisa. San Diego. Okay. Case, revival's happening. Revival is happening right now. I'm going to let this go just a little longer. I wanted to share a dream that I had about the housing, what I believe is pertaining to the housing market. Morning, Kathy. And then I'll try to answer some questions. I tried to do a chat a few minutes ago in another building out here on the ranch, but my signal kind of fluctuates. You guys see that little blue box? That's my cell booster because we live out in the country. So if I get disconnected, it's probably because my signal cut out on me. Hoping Luke repegs to USD. Who knows? Somebody in the last stream a little bit ago, I think I had one comment. They asked me, what are the sell points for LUNC? And honestly, you guys, that's a very personal question. But what I will say has been a very prominent sell point for me is the 10-cent mark. I have seen that on so many occasions. That has been the most prominent sell point for me. And I don't know if that is just a guideline for many people. And am I invested in WikiCat? I'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm aware of WikiCat and that company, but the 10-cent sell point on LUNC has been very particularly shown to me. And I don't know if that's a timing of when that happens, why it's so important, but the 10 cent is my largest sell point. And then, of course, I have a higher sell points. I have a couple lower sell points. I'll go ahead and go into detail on all the price points I've seen on LUNC. I haven't seen anything higher than $1.26. That does not mean it's not going to go much higher, but I don't want to add any more than what I've seen. So I've seen 10 cents. I've seen $1.26. I've seen 12 cents. I've seen 10 cents on 4 different occasions. And so that's why I really highlight the 10-cent mark. I also had a dream, and I'll share this right now. I had a dream several months back where I saw a notebook paper, and I saw buy and sells like rotating on this notebook paper all over the paper. And they were flipping, like the numbers on the notebook paper were flipping on the page, kind of like an old train station where they'll have the arrivals and departures and those tiles will flip and rotate. That's what it was doing on my notebook paper. And I was watching LUNC go to 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, 4 cent, 5 cents, 6 cents. And then when it got to the 6 cent mark, it was like hidden is the best way I could describe it. Like I didn't know if it was going up higher, if it was stagnant at 6 cents. And then I watched it go back to 5 cents, 4 cents, and then it paused on 3 cents. And that was that dream. I had that dream after my 10-cent dream. And maybe that's why I'm doing this live right now, is to share that. I don't know. But again, 10 cent is what I'm really focused on. I do have some other small sell orders all around 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, 4 cent, 5 cents, 6 cents. I even have one sell order that's lower than a penny. Um, I mean, that's just me personally. That's not financial advice. You should always take your investments in faith and present it to the Lord and let Him just guide you. If anyone has any other questions, go ahead and put it in the comment section. I'll try to answer it. And here in a second, good afternoon from Finland. Good afternoon, D. Haviland. I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. But I do have a housing dream I want to share here soon. So I'm going to wait like one more minute, let a couple other people jump in, and then I'll go ahead and share that. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions. It's really weird from my end when you guys have a comment, I see it briefly and then it disappears. So if I miss your comment, I'm trying to, oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Now I can see everything. Hey, revival is coming. Revival is already here. If you guys aren't aware already of the revival going on in Asbury, that college over there, revival has happened there in the past. So this is not the first time that they've had a revival, and I believe this is just the beginning. And not taking anything from Asbury, if you're close by to that area and you feel the prompting to go there, absolutely go there. Go there if you have that ability to do so. It's about 8 hours from me, and even I wanted to go to it. Unfortunately, I'm not really in a position where I can just leave my family for a 16-hour round trip. But I do believe revival is spreading, and it's not just limited to the United States. And I believe there are smaller, not even televised revivals going on right now. But revival is here, y'all. It's not revival's going to happen anymore. Revival's here. Good afternoon, everybody. So somebody asked me if I'm invested in WikiCat. Out of honesty, yeah, I have a small amount, and that's not based on my own prophetic insight. That is solely, I just have a small amount. Nothing any really particular about it. If you wanted to buy some, you could, I think you use Pancake Swap. And if you're familiar with Pancake Swap, you can get it on there. And I think you need to do it through BNB. You have to purchase some BNB to be able to buy that. That is not prophetic advice. I just have some because somebody asked me that. I have sell orders all over the place, starting at 1 cent and all the way up to 20 cents. I do not know of anything will come to fruition as I leave that to faith. Well, leaving it in faith is the best thing you can do. So your sell orders are going to be filled to some degree as long as you leave it in faith. To hop along. All right, so we got a few more people in here. I want to share the stream I had about a week ago, and I believe it's in regard to the housing market. And so, what do I think about Digimon Rabbit? I'm not invested in that. I want to be more particular on this dream. So if I missed your comment right now, I'm sorry about that. So I had this dream where in my dream I was in a new house, but the setting of the house was like my home that I grew up in Florida. I'm originally from Florida, but the house was not my house. It was like the same plot of land, but it was a different house. It was a little nicer. And my next door neighbor, they had a very nice yard. Very nice yard, beautiful landscaping, stonework, well manicured lawn. Like their house just had really nice curb appeal. And I work with a faith based organization in foster care. And so I drive when I'm not driving my personal vehicle and I'm carpooling and I'm picking up kids from school, taking them places. I drive one of those church vans. Some people think it's creepy, but I drive a church van and it's like a 14 passenger GMC church van. And in this dream, the van is parked along the curb outside of my neighbor's yard, who had the really nice yard. And I'm walking over to it, and then my neighbor, she comes out of her house. And my neighbor in the dream was Joanna Gaines from Fixer Upper. If you guys are familiar with that show, Chip and Joanna Gaines. So Joanna Gaines comes out of her house and she walks up to me, and she looked very nice. And she comes up to me and she said, "Hey, are you leaving soon?" And I laughed. I was like, "Well, no, I was just grabbing something out of my van. But I know I'm parked in front of your house. So if you want me to move it, I can move it." And she's like, "Oh, no, that's fine. Just whenever you leave, if you can just move it, that would be great." And then I started talking to her about how nice her yard was. And her yard, when I mentioned on her yard how nice it was, she got very, not upset, but she was sad in the dream. And she told me, she's like, "Yeah, it's nice. The house is nice, but it's not worth nearly what we paid for it. We're never going to recoup our investment because of the price they purchased this home for." She was very upset in the dream at the sense that she overpaid on her house, and the price that she paid for it, it was not worth nearly what it was not long prior when she purchased it. And so that would be the second dream that I've had in regards to housing. The housing market is going to see a correction. What's the timeline of that? I don't know. But I do know the housing market is going to see a correction. And so some of these houses that were, nice houses, people overpaid for them. And so that was the dream I wanted to share. I'm going to kind of look at these comments right now. Let's see what y'all are saying. See if I can answer any questions. Someone asked me, what do I think XRP and SEC case for this year? What do I think about it? What do I think about what's going to happen? So not prophetic. What do I think is going to happen with the case? My thoughts. These are my thoughts, guys. That case may not be as clear cut as a settlement. Yeah, sure, it could be, but something. If you look at the magnitude of what XRP is, and what I've done after further research, after seeing things in dreams and not totally understanding XRP, but after my own personal research, XRP is massive. I don't think you'll realize under our current system of finance, the dollar has generally been the world reserve currency, and up until recently has not really been challenged by anything. And so as we move towards digital currencies, and I'm not saying, oh, cash is just gone overnight. I mean, it could be, but I believe there's going to be a progression. And as Christians, we know the end result. We know where this goes. We know the mark of the beast. We know the one world government, one world currency. We know these things, but everything is a progression. And XRP, from what I can gather in dreams and what I've seen, is it's going to have a role as a reserve currency in terms of digital. And it's going to be that link between physical assets and the digital monetary system. So when you look at the scope of the lawsuit and how massive it is, there's no telling what kind of tricks the government has up their sleeves to further delay this, or even if the government is complicit in this lawsuit and it's just all a charade and it's just kicking the can down the road until they're ready to move into this new system. Let me see. I'm going to try to answer some more questions. I'm scrolling up on these. Did I invest in Digimon Rabbit? No, I did not invest in Digimon Rabbit. There's a plan to tax houses by energy classification. Okay. Kevin Drake, Dinar Preacher, invested in WikiCat, Digimon. Okay. So awesome to catch you live. Thank you, Abe. Yeah, I don't normally do the live, you guys, because I live out on the ranch. And if y'all see behind me that blue box, that's my cell booster, because I really do live out in the country. So my signal could, turn off on me at any point on this live. So I hope the quality is okay. I don't know if it's laggy for you or not. What do I think of LUNC and today's news on Terraform Labs, TFL, and Do Kwon? Is there news on it? So I'm going to be honest with you all. Outside of the dreams I've had on LUNC, I do not really research LUNC. I pretty much stay unglued, and that's how I've wanted to operate, me personally, to try to keep a clear mind when I do receive more dreams and revelation. So I do not actively research LUNC. Anything y'all share, or if I catch a glimpse of something, it's news to me. So I don't know what news happened today. Did something happen with Luna Classic? Will LUNC flash crash first before it pumps? I'm answering Eagle's Eye. Personally, I have not seen it flash crash before it pumps. I've seen it pump and then essentially crash. But that doesn't mean it couldn't flash crash. To answer your question, I will tell you guys that I do have low purchase orders for LUNC in the event that it does crash. But I also still have my sell orders when it pumps. I hope that helps you. Agree the housing market will correct itself. It has to. Yes, XRP will be huge. It will. Where should we buy silver coins from? And see, that's the type of question I want to try to help y'all with. Because I know a lot of people, you're not totally familiar with how to purchase physical silver bullion. And so I try to leave this in my comments. And this isn't financial advice. Thank you for that $20. I really appreciate that. God bless you, Solo TV. So I have good personal experiences with Scottsdale Mint. I like Scottsdale Mint because it is a Christian company and they put out a very quality silver product. I really like their 10-ounce stackers because they have these beveled ridges where they can all stack on top of each other. I really like those. I like Scottsdale Mint personally. They're a little more expensive than what I would call generic silver, but it is quality. I do have good experience with purchasing from SD Bullion, and I believe the owner of SD Bullion is also a Christian, and so they have really good, trustworthy business practices. I have purchased with JM Bullion. I've had good experiences with product. I was actually part of a class action with JM Bullion because of something happened where my personal information got out there from them and they had to settle up in court. So my information was compromised through them, which would have been my credit card at the time, which I no longer have. So I'm not really affected by it. But so probably my best experiences has been with SD Bullion or Scottsdale Mint. And if you're on Facebook, so I no longer have a Facebook. I no longer have an Instagram. I don't have social media. Can I link the Christian company name for purchasing silver coins? I don't know if I can comment on this. Let me see if I can type a comment. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I am not. It's my first time doing a live. Okay, I'm going to scroll up. So if you just type in Scottsdale Mint, that is SCOTTSDALE Mint, MINT. If you just Google that, it will show you their website. And I really really have high respect for Scottsdale Mint and the quality of stuff they put out there. And they even do like biblical themed silver. I think they did like Michael the Archangel. They do some really cool stuff. If you're also wanting like some collector style stuff and not just investment grade silver, but they do both. Thank you. Thank you. Always lift up my family in prayer. I appreciate everyone who prays for my family. My son Luke, he's doing better overall. Um, he's going to receive his total and complete healing. So I do trust the Lord for that, and I look forward to the day when I can bring him on here and he no longer has any breakouts. As for the reason why he had circulation issues, I do not know the cause of it, but I know Jesus healed him, and my boy is overall healthy. So I'm thankful for that. And my wife is very pregnant right now. She's in her third trimester. My next boy, her due date is April 17th. Is Lunar Classic no longer connected with Do Kwon? Again, I hate to disappoint y'all, but I do not really keep up on crypto news outside of anything that I feel like the Lord has just put in my lap. I try to not be super consumed with the news. I don't even watch the news anymore. I don't really watch TV. I don't have social media. And so I try to, any news that I get is generally from a close friend or family member, and they're just sharing it with me. I'm going to keep reading these comments. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in there, and I will try to help you as best as I can. Yeah, yeah. It's Jamie. She said she had a confirmation yet. She had a similar dream last March. High dollar homes going for a fraction of the original cost. I knew this was how I was going to be able to buy my land. Absolutely. And so with this wealth transfer, you guys, there is a timing for everything. Um, you look at Joseph when they had the 7 years of plenty. There was a time for working the land, and they were storing away grain. And then when the 7 years of famine hit, they were purchasing land from people who needed the grain. And so God has a time and season for all of these investments on when is the correct timing for you to purchase. All we need to do is pray, remain close with Him, and be positioned. Definitely do not need to be fearful that you're going to miss out because we're led by the Spirit. I'm going to keep reading through these comments. I believe CBDC is the start of the beast system. There's a progression to all of this, just like the internet. A lot of us thought the internet was the beast system. And yes, like the internet is going to, in a way, be part of it. All of these things are progression. We all know the end goal. But again, we do not need to be fearful. We need to be positioned. We need to take up real estate and occupy the land until Jesus comes back. So yeah, I agree. CBDC is started the beast system. Iraqi dinar, will it be revalued? RV. I have never had a dream on the Iraqi dinar, but I do own dinars, and that is through personal testimonies through family members who can vouch that something is going to happen in Iraq. And I think you guys are going to be very surprised with how wealthy Iraq is. They are a lot more wealthy than we are told. They're very, very rich nation in minerals and oil and many other things. Do you expect LUNC to run before SHIB? Here's the thing. I had a Shiba dream. It wasn't price related. And the Shiba dog was chasing after my Luna Husky. So I don't know if that means it's going to run before, but I do own both, and I have sell orders on both. We're going to keep going down here. I'm going to try to get to as many of these questions as I can answer. I got you interested in Scottsdale stackers on that silver video about 6 months more. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, Lion of Judah on those stackers. Yeah, you guys should really go check out Scottsdale Mint. I really like that on their stackers. They have the Lion of Judah impressed on them. All of their stackers have "In God We Trust" stamped on them. And there's just something about holding a silver bar, and you look at God's design for silver and gold being just weights and measures. There's something special about it. Not that you get fixated on the silver, but God had a design for us to operate as nations. Thanks for the stream. God bless you, Drew. Thank you, Sir Lewis. God bless you. You guys should go check out Sir Lewis's channel. I always see his notifications, and I think he does technical analysis. I don't actually pay attention to technical analysis just because I'm pretty busy, but I do believe some people have that gifting, and I believe he has that gifting as well as Jay Song. There are people in the body of Christ that God uses in so many ways, and technical analysis is definitely one of them. Any advice on which platform to set buy limit purchase order for LUNC using Fiat? Buy limit purchase order for LUNC using Fiat. So I mostly operate through KuCoin. I do not have a means of loading Fiat directly on KuCoin. I normally have to use like an intermediary exchange like Coinbase to transfer my coins over there to then put into a stable coin. But I do have my most of my buy limit orders set on KuCoin. I wish all the remnants stay together for our own safety, have our farmlands close to each other as well. That would be cool. Cheryl, God has a plan for that. He has a plan for people to take up real estate. Setting up Goshen. A lot of people have been talking about Goshen. Sister Kim, she put out a really awesome video about this horse, Goshen, that won the race recently. I encourage you to go check that out. My King Yeshua. I believe she has a gifting in decoding and worth looking into. What about staking rewards on LUNC? Will the rocket be within 21 days? That is an awesome question. Currently, I am not staking any of my LUNC, and my reasoning for that is in dreams, I always had my LUNC on the exchange. Now, granted, my XRP, other coins, those are on my ledger. I do not sell my XRP. But the coins that I've seen skyrocket, I have those on the exchange in order to have my orders filled. Will I share my sell limit orders for SHIB and LUNC? So I kind of did that a little earlier on in this video, Dana. So I have sell orders for LUNC below a penny, at a penny, at 2 pennies, 3 pennies, 4 pennies, 5 pennies. That 10-cent range, 12-cent range, $1.26, and then I have some even higher ones. But the ones that I've kept pretty constant on, and again, I'll say this again to the people who are new in the chat, the 10-cent mark has been the most prominent one to me. But that does not mean it won't have pumps, highs and lows before getting up to that point. I'm just saying there's something very significant about the 10-cent range. You can place buy orders on Kraken with Fiat. Good news. Thank you for sharing that. Did you post the dream of Sheba Dog running after LUNC? Erica, if you go look at my old videos, I had a dream where it had snowed overnight in the middle of what I perceived as summer. And then I saw a Sheba dog chasing after my old husky who was running into my house, and I had to grab the Sheba dog by its collar and hold it back from running into my house after my dog. So that was my Sheba dream that I had, I don't know how long ago, probably almost 4, 5, 6 months ago. Thank Thank you, June. You are right. God has a plan for everyone in this wealth transfer. Everyone has a special gift and talent in the kingdom. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We are all one body. And just because I share dreams doesn't mean I'm the only one who gets dreams. There are so many dreamers out there, and you really have to embrace that gifting. And don't let doubt creep in there, because even sharing dreams requires a level of faith. But our Father takes notice when we move in faith. And He also corrects us. He knows when we make mistakes, and He still corrects us. He's so gracious like that. What is the best way to protect our crypto when using KuCoin? Don't use public Wi-Fi's while you're logged in and logging in with your password. It's probably the best way to keep you safe on KuCoin. Um, have your two-factor authenticator. I have mine set to my phone, my text message, and then I even have some of my platforms set up to where my two-factor is on my wife's phone. So even if someone grabbed my phone and it was unlocked, they would have to have my wife's phone too. So two different phones. That's one way to do it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Have any of you heard about the 3 days of darkness? And the sign is supposed to be the aurora lights. Y'all want to see Luke? Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, yeah. There's my boy. You say hi? You do a hi? You gonna do it? Yeah. There's my buddy. This little guy. How's he doing? Doing all right? Yeah. Have I received any revelation about Digimon Rabbit or WikiCat tokens? I do not own any I do not own any Digimon Rabbit. Um, I'm not a fan, and you can call this what it is. My mom did not let me play with Pokemon growing up, because Pokemon stands for Pocket Monsters, and Digimon was kind of like I don't even know how to compare it, but they came out around that same time when I was a kid. So my mom didn't let me play Pokemon, and I guess maybe that is why I'm not invested in Digimon. Uh, but I do own some WikiCat. I will be honest with y'all. I own some WikiCat, and that is not because I had revelation. That's not because I had a dream. That is just me sowing seed. That's the best way I can put it. God will still let you invest in other things. You don't have to necessarily have a dream if you feel, like there's even a learning process. If you make a bad investment, you're still gaining knowledge through a poor investment, and that helps you in your future investments. So you're not going to get every investment right. I'm going to try to keep reading these comments. Yeah, a lot of people do mention the EMP knockout on the grid. Not saying it couldn't happen, and I mean it definitely could. You look at our power grid; that definitely has vulnerabilities. But let God's will be done, and if He allows that to happen here in the United States or anywhere, He has a plan for that. Do I have any concerns with buying LUNC on Gemini? Which deposit and withdraw LUNC? Yeah, I don't like the idea of wrapped LUNC. I want the physical LUNC. It's kind of like me buying an SLV on the stock market. And they say it's silver, but I kind of like having the physical representation. So I'm not a fan of wrapped LUNC. If you have it, that's fine. I don't. Someone else shared a dream of Bitcoin going down, then going up to almost 100K, then crashing to zero. Do you think the money we get is to convert to Bitcoin, and when it goes up, withdraw, then change to XRP? Well, I do believe, Erica, when that happens, when it crashes and you have those extra funds, assuming you are able to buy XRP at that time, you should absolutely be buying XRP, not financial advice. It would just be a good opportunity to buy it. And you should look at the other ISO coins, any of these finance coins. I believe there's something very significant about the church owning these financial coins, because we don't know what the times are going to, uh, how they're going to play out, in terms of how we, the church, have to bank. We've got PayPal who says they're going to hit you with a fine, for essentially being a bigot, and so censorship. And the more and more, we progress, as the church, eventually we are going to face persecution. The Bible talks about that. Like, count it all as joy. But God is going to give us a way to navigate these new financial systems. And my encouragement is for you guys to really look into, the financial coins. God's hammer just got on, so I don't know what you already said, but have you had any new revelation about LUNC hitting 10 cents more than once? Are you poised to try and sell it there 3 times? So yeah, I know a couple people have, asked me that. That dream where I saw it hit 10 cents, come down, hit 10 cents, come down, and hit 10 cents. I did put in that the second time I updated on that dream, I don't know if that was quite literally it's going to hit 10 cents 3 times. So 3 sells, 3 buy opportunities, but that was just a absolute confirmation that it will hit that point. And then there is going to be a very significant retrace from the 10-cent mark. I will say that, and I said this earlier in the video, I have seen the 10 cent in dreams on 4 different occasions. And so that 10 cent price point is very significant. Um, to be completely honest, I wish I would have sold some LUNC when it went on its first run, several months back, because I could have, multiplied. But I had my sell order set in faith and obedience on that 10 cent mark. And did I miss out on an opportunity? Maybe. But I also think, God recognizes, when you're being obedient too. So there's no punishment because I didn't time the markets correctly. Not prophetic by any means, but it's better to have time in the market than to try to time the market. Now, some of you do have that gift of time in the market, and God bless you. I do not currently have that gift of timing the market. Yep, absolutely, brother. My single red candle dream, does it imply a huge gap up to 10 cent mark and fall straight down? So it was a single candle in that dream. So I don't know if that single candle was an hourly candle, a 5 minute candle, a 10 minute candle, a 4 hour candle, a 1 day candle, a 1 week candle, but it was a single candle. So that I'll use this. If it was a 1 week candle, there's going to be a very large sell off when it hits that 10 cent mark over the course of that week. Likewise, if it was a flash spike, there's going to be a huge sell off, um, within that hour or that period of time where it, spikes up. But what I will say is when this happens and those sell orders are filled, um, and if it stays up in that range for any length of time for several hours, I believe that's God's grace and giving us an opportunity to have our orders filled, to have the necessary liquidity for all the people who have those orders at that 10 cent range for them to get filled. I'm gonna keep reading these questions. There is a silver lining to not selling the September 2022 top. We may end up paying a reduced capital gains tax for holding 12 months or more. Absolutely. There you go. That is an awesome perspective and insight. And yeah, the longer you hold your coins, um, different tax implications. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Last question. What is the best platform to withdraw coins? I last used Coinbase. Fees were high. Do I convert to USDC or USDT? So when you're asking, Erica, when you're asking what is the best platform to withdraw coins, are you trying to withdraw for cash or are you trying to offload them onto your ledger? I'm trying to understand your question. Yes, for cash. So that is again the timing of when these things happen. What are going to be our options? Are the exchanges going to have that necessary liquidity for you to offload your cash into your bank account? Is the dollar going to be stable or is there going to be turmoil with the dollar? Will there have already been bank runs or will banks still be operating as normal? Those are questions you got to think about before we get fixated on what's the best platform to offload our cash. What I would look into is offloading into a physical asset. Um, Not financial advice, but look at these bullion dealers, and they allow very large crypto transactions for physical precious metals. And that is one of the best ways I've seen for offloading cash. Um, you may have an opportunity. God may put a piece of land in your path where the owner will accept cryptocurrency, and that may be a means where you're offloading some of your cash. But what I will say is, I do firmly believe a lot of these gains are to be put into XRP and these ISO cryptos. That is just one aspect of it. I do not have it all figured out. Um, but I don't lose a whole lot of sleep at night not having all the answers to the questions because God leads us along every step of the way. It's a faith walk. So he's going to lead you. He's not just going to leave you hanging when your sell order gets filled. Um, but you also need to be prepared and really seek him on what is best for your situation. Yeah, XRP absolutely is a safe harbor. I really truly believe our minds are going to be blown at the scope of XRP, Ripple, the company, the future that we're walking into, and there's just something very particular about XRP, and you just even owning some XRP now is very significant. And I'll just answer this. No, nobody asked this, but I think it's a general question: is what's considered a lot of XRP? In my humble opinion, if you own 10,000 XRP and we're looking at the future of XRP, that is a lot of XRP. And your XRP, you really got to shift your thinking. Your XRP may not be converted to cash. Your XRP is the liquidity. Your XRP is the utility. Your XRP is going to generate income without you ever physically selling it. You're in a way you're going to operate like your local bank. We are going to be the lenders and not the borrowers. Yeah, there's absolutely going to be Christian billionaires, um, but God has a plan for that. We're definitely called to be the breadbasket in some cases. Which stablecoin do you recommend? Um, I have not seen if either is safer than the other. I know there's a lot of things surrounding Tether that don't seem that great, but again, I have plans for both USDC and USDT. So I have seen a couple of Philip Paul's videos. I like what he shares. I really, really like, even me doing a live right now. I don't spend a whole lot of time on YouTube. I try to keep a clear mind. I do like seeing what the Lord is doing, how He's using just various people during this time. And He's using certain platforms, certain people that may resonate better with you. I know I do not resonate with certain people, and that's fine because God knows who may resonate with me better, or who may resonate with Philip Paul better, or who may resonate with Sharon better. God is using the whole body to fulfill His purposes. I am one of the Christian trillionaires. Absolutely. 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 Again, I think we're going to be very surprised at how God links these relationships going forward. I think He's going to use YouTube as a platform of people who've made relationships, and how we strategize in the future, even if YouTube is no longer a platform in the future. Let's say something happens to them. God has a plan for linking these people together, the church, in your local areas. And that's one thing where I heavily encourage, if you are following certain people, get their email. That way you have a means of communicating. I met up with some people who tuned into this channel about 10 days ago, really awesome people who didn't live too far from me. And I just tried to share some knowledge with them to help them out as we move forward, because we're all one body. We need each other. Not everybody has all the pieces, but we are all led by the Holy Spirit. JT, have I already talked about Shiba Inu? Go watch my Black and Tan Shiba Inu dream when it snowed overnight in summer. Go watch that dream. That is the extent of what I've seen on Shiba. I do own some. Has God said anything about XRP losing the case? So I did answer this once early on. He has not shown me this. I've not seen this in dreams, them losing the case. But again, if you look at the scope of what XRP is, what it's going to do, the amount of wealth that it's going to be able to move, there's no telling what types of tricks the SEC, the government, or if they're all in cahoots, what they're going to do to kick this can down the road until the systems are in place for them to implement this digital financial system. God told Sister Kim to get 10 million XRP. Then she said how she did not have money to buy it now. God said that she will have money in the future to do that. God will provide a means for us to, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. He is going to provide a means for us to operate it. And again, my thoughts on XRP is it's going to be a unique way for the church to be able to operate in the upcoming financial system, because banking is changing. Do I think the BTC flash crash will occur after the LUNC spike up to 10 cents? Do I think the flash crash will occur after LUNC spikes up to 10? I would like it to. I don't know if it will. God's hammer. I don't know if the flash crash occurs after LUNC, but I do believe having low buy orders in place already is a faithful insurance policy that you will have the opportunity to catch the flash crash. Thank you for that, Abe. Yeah, you would have asked me a couple years ago, I'd have a YouTube channel. I would have laughed at you because I really did not enjoy doing videos. If anything, the Lord would have used my wife because she's more of an Aaron and I'm more of a Moses. Yeah, hey, anything can happen. XRP could go down to virtually nothing. But if you've done your research and you've received that insight and that confirmation from the Lord, we already know where XRP is going. So if it does go to a virtually worthless price, oh my goodness, God is just giving us an opportunity to acquire more. I do not sell my XRP I currently own in anticipation of that. I cast my bread upon many waters and I am prepared for those scenarios. And I just feel like God has me where He has me and He will continue to lead me. And I want to be obedient in any way He wants to use me. If you guys have any more questions, keep asking them. I'm going to have to wrap this up here in a little bit. One thing I would encourage y'all to do, share what you believe has been revealed to you to people in your family, even if they're not receptive to it. Before I ever started a channel, I had this heavy conviction to share things with my family. And my grandfather, before he passed away, he kept probing me. And I have a large family. He kept probing me. He's like, "What do you know about Bitcoin? What do you know about digital currency?" And this was after I had made some bad investments and I didn't want to share with him. And he had did this over the course of several weeks. Finally, by the third time of him asking me, I started sharing things. And then around that timeline, the Lord started giving me revelation and dreams. And so the Lord used my grandfather before he passed away to start sharing about cryptocurrency with my family. And then that led to the channel because I just had a conviction to share these dreams with anyone who would listen, anyone who God has it for. And these dreams aren't for everybody. This channel isn't for everybody. And it still requires a level of faith to even listen, to pray on it, and to even devote any time to this because this is a new thing. Digital currency, the church, like this is a very new thing. God is doing something. Um, oh, thanks for that. If it gets 2 likes, if it gets 1,000 likes, it doesn't matter. I never expected this channel to ever be more than a couple people, and I was totally okay with that. Because now that it has grown, I get some very strange emails from some people. The best way to put it, some of these people need to be prayed for. If I'm totally honest. But I also get some positive emails too. There are some really good people who email me. So there's both sides to that, to having more people watching this channel. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank the Lord, though. Thank the Lord that He uses people, and God wants to use you guys. He wants to use you in your communities. He wants to use you in your local church. Some of you probably run Sunday schools at your local church, and you may even run the finance classes at your church. And you should be sharing these things with your congregation to anyone who will listen, regardless if people laugh at you or they immediately turn it off. Did I talk about my opinion on storing a portion of silver holdings with a third party? So, that's a great question. I personally, at this moment in time, do not have a third party holding my silver. Now, I do hold Scottsdale Mint in high regard, and Scottsdale Mint does offer storage of silver in their vault. I'm pretty sure they do. Double check that for yourself. And I think SD Bullion might as well. And I hold both those companies in high regard. But at the same time, if you don't have any physical silver, My opinion is you need to have some physical silver. Um, you don't want to have zero physical exposure, and all of your investment is with a third party. I had a dream of a gold and silver coin being worth $30,000. Half silver, half gold. Only money dream I had. Hey, that's an incredible dream. Yeah, gold and silver are definitely going to be reevaluated. And that's not like, yes, I've received prophetic insight on that, but you look at the economics behind those, like you just look at it, you know that they have to be reevaluated. March 20 is a very important day for ISO 222 coins regarding Swift delay. Absolutely, yeah. The rollout of ISO 222, um, that that is worth looking into. If you're not familiar with ISO 222 and the rollout and implementation of it within our financial governances, definitely worth looking into because what coins are ISO 222 now? We've got XRP, XLM, I think XDC, Algorand, Quant, IOTA. Anyone can list it in the comments if I missed a couple or if I got it wrong. But there are more coins that are going to be used and that are ISO compliant. I don't even know if that's the correct way to describe it, but they're the ISO tokens. XRP is the most important one, though. Doesn't mean you shouldn't have exposure to more, but definitely XRP. You're very welcome, Dala. You're very welcome. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. All right, guys, go ahead. If you got a few more questions, go ahead. I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. Yeah. That's an awesome dream, Erica. That is awesome. She says, in her dream, LUNC went up and everybody who had sell order in all got filled. It was in March. I said in the dream, it's springtime. And, you know, what's really fascinating about Luna Classic, um, I really think the Lord highlighted Luna Classic to me. I saw it. Like I just so happened to have my KuCoin app opened when the original Terra Luna crash was happening. And the Lord was really highlighting it to me. Now, I wish I would have bought some when it was like really low, which I didn't, but God really highlighted it to me then. And then shortly after, gave me revelation on it. But He has used so many people. There's so many people who had revelation on Luna Classic. And I don't know how many confirmations we need to know that it's going to happen. Just get your sell orders in place. If you're not comfortable with how much you have, try to, not financial advice, but try to move some funds around so you can get um, whatever number you're comfortable with having. Definitely important. Did I notice that Ryoshi with Shiba Inu open up his Telegram chat? So I'm not really that familiar with Shiba Inu, other than it gets talked about by a lot of people. I've been very limited on what's been revealed to me on it, but I do own some, so I know there's something significant about Shiba, and I've just even had brothers in the Lord who can verify that, and I do respect them and their faith walk. So I know something's going to happen with Shiba. Yeah, I don't know the timing of Shiba and LUNC. I have them both. I have sell order set on both, and that is my best advice on rather than trying to predict which one is first. ST Bullion accepts crypto for gold. Yes, I think the way they do it is you have to use BitPay, but you can purchase gold and silver, precious metals through SD Bullion with BitPay. I'm very certain of that. Scottsdale Mint does accept purchase of crypto, and they only take certain cryptos, so you need to research which ones they take. But you can send it to them directly after they issue the invoice. I order my Scottsdale Mint from SD Bullion as well. Very good place to shop, in my opinion, and lower prices. Yeah, yeah. I hold them in high regard. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. HBAR LCX. So HBAR and LCX are other ISO tokens. Definitely worth looking into. Not even from a prophetic standpoint, just if you know how they're going to be utilized in this upcoming financial system and these markets. We have not seen, and a lot of people, this is not a term I've coined, a lot of people call it the utility bull run. We have not seen the utility bull run. And that will be the bull run of all bull runs, because the utility coins are what run the new financial system. Those are the coins that matter. Chasing profits on meme coins, there's a time and season for that. But the utility coins, the ones that are so cheap and you're like, are these going to do anything? They have not had their utility run. Crypto needs more adoption. It's getting there. We're almost at that tipping point. And Bitcoin's been out over 10 years. It takes a while to get society on board with certain technologies. And so we have not seen the financial coins, the utility coins really take off. And when they do, man, you have to be primed and positioned. You do not want to be late to that. Absolutely life-changing, and just what God has planned with those for certain ministries, for provision. Just absolutely incredible what he's going to do. Is it a good idea to hold some extra prophetic cryptocurrencies in our hard wallets? I have some of my Shiba in my ledger. I have pretty much all of my Luna on KuCoin. So, I mean, yes, but personally in dreams, I've seen Luna Classic, my sell orders being filled, and that is the extent of what I've seen on Luna Classic. Any hairstyle? Any thoughts on Digimon, Rabbit, or WikiCat coins? So someone else asked this. I do not invest in the Digimon Rabbit, and that's just because my mom wouldn't let me play with Pokemon when I was a kid, and pretty much Digimon came out at the same time, so I don't own the Digimon coin. I do own some WikiCat, and that is not because I've received any dreams on it. I'm just casting my bread upon many waters. And, is it a significant amount that I invested? I don't know. It's not that much that I invested, but I do have some WikiCat, and that's not financial advice. Yeah, a lot of these things probably will be completed by 2030. Interesting timeline of that. It's about 7 years from now. So who knows how long this bull run lasts. This wealth transfer is going to come in many phases, and it won't just all happen. It won't just be one coin or two coin or three coins. There's going to be many wealth transfers throughout a period of time, and God gives us the insight and the leading and the prompting, and he's our multiplier. You look at what he did with the bread and the fish. He's our multiplier. So he is going to lead you in your multiplication. I'm holding my ETN on KuCoin. I do have some ETN, and you guys go look at Brother Keith with Iton Entertainment, really good friend of mine. You go to his channel. He has received a lot of revelation on ETN. I'm really hoping ETN has an official link up with Ledger here soon. I don't know if it's started yet or if it's about to happen. There's a works for ETN to be Ledger compatible. If and when that happens, I will be moving my ETN, a good bit of it. This is my other son. This is Riley. You say hi, buddy? I will try to be moving some of my ETN onto Ledger when they have that compatibility. Yeah, from what I can gather on ETN is I think they're affiliated with the British government, like the digital pound, I think. Don't quote me on that. There's something significant about ETN. All right, guys, I'm about to wrap this up. So, any more questions, and then I'm gonna hit the kill switch on this. Her brother's name is Riley. You can tell her that her brother's got a good name.
What's brother?
What's brother? I'm very blessed. I love my kids. He's kind of a knucklehead sometimes, but he's a good boy.
You knucklehead. Bye-bye.
Hold on, we'll give him one more minute, and then I'll let you exit it, all right? Just wait.
Hello.
So, yeah, I guess Brian confirmed that ETN is part of the Digital Pound Foundation. So I'll try to do live here maybe every so often. It looks like this worked out pretty well. If you didn't catch this already, that's my cell booster back there, that little blue box. So I wasn't sure of the quality of this video, but it looks like it worked out pretty well. So hopefully I can do some lives in the future when I feel prompted to get on here. And it's a little easier for me to do a live because sometimes my uploads fail out here because in the middle of the upload, I'll lose signal. And then it takes like hours for me to upload a video. Gotta love living in the country.
No, Daddy. No, Daddy.
You tell everyone Jesus loves them?
Jesus loves them.
You're such a goober. This kid is a charismatic. He is an entertainer.
Okay.
All right. You tell him bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
All right. Y'all take care. God bless.